we've had a busy summer, plenty of transfers, and I've also played the first leg of our last knockout round to get into the group stages of the Conference League. However, I'm recording this about, 3, 4, 5 days after I actually recorded it, because somehow I've managed to lose the camera footage. It's quite frustrating. So, there won't be another ugly me in the corner. It's just this mug at the start, and then it's just my dulcet tones you have to deal with. Do have a little bit of an update transfers as well, and I can give you a summary of the transfer window. So I suppose I should go away and leave you to it. Welcome back. Doleboy, Club 5, Episode 8. We have Sevilla. We've already played them once. Not going to show you the result of that first leg quite yet. And as I say, we've got a little bit of business to do in the transfer window to update you on. But before we run through all of that, if you could do me the favour, I'm asking you nice and early, of liking, subscribing, showing your support on the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. We've had a little bit of business. Not too much going out. Not too much coming in, unfortunately. So we're not particularly strong, and I don't think we're any stronger than we were at the end of last season. If anything, I think we might be a little bit weaker. Most of the sales we've done are just trying to get rid of players that we're not going to use. Yusuf Poulsen was quite high wages, old, and probably not going to play him, so let him go for 350. And Jan Couto I had to sell, because for some reason, my right back that came in, Vanderson, I think his name was, he was registered as a non-EU player, and I couldn't do so until I'd sold a non-EU player. Like, I wouldn't be able to register him. So I thought it made sense to get rid of Couto, because Vanderson was taking Couto's place anyway, so it let me do so. 15 million wasn't ideal. I'd like to have got a little bit more, but then you're probably only looking about 18 million, so it's a little bit less than what I planned, and it's roughly what the club paid for him. So a little bit upset to let him go for that little. However, I'm not too concerned in the grand scheme of things. Players in, as we're aware, we have Vanderson coming into the club, who was our only player joining us at the start of the transfer window, who's our new right back. Pretty handy, pretty good. A few other free transfers. Coming in are Rocco Nespoli, who's a forward. His wages aren't particularly strong. I needed to bring in more strikers, and he's just one of them, really. He's just another forward. Nothing particularly amazing. And likewise, we've brought in Daniele Di Marco. Not sure he'll ever get into the first team, to be honest, but I'm giving him £1,000, just over £1,000 a week. He does have potential, he looks all right, and he's Italian. So I thought, it's worth taking a punt. If it all goes south, then I've not lost too much. Getting into actual signings. I'll go into this one first. So Jolson Fernandez has came into us. I think he's taken one of the non-EU spots, which annoyed me, because I had him the whole of last year on loan, so he's already been with us. And adding to that, he's crap. So I just don't have any interest in playing him. So I am trying to loan him out for half a year, or the year, and then probably sell him. He's played one game for us at right back, because all of his positions we don't play. And in that game, he was friendly against Inter Milan, and he scored an own goal and got booked within about 20 minutes. It's pretty naff. Players we're actually interested in, of the ones that we've signed. Achraf Ben Ahmed has came in, a German, I don't think he's an international. No, he's got 52 under 21 caps, so he's pretty handy, but not quite there for the German national team. But he's coming in as our ball in mid. Looks pretty strong, got a little bit of potential as well. He's came in for 1 million, he's currently worth 3.2 to 4.5, and he's only a squad player, so if I do manage to bring someone in better than him, I'm not going to have him kicking off that he's not getting a lot of game time. And our final signing is Ryan Cherky. Last year's game, insane. This year's game, all right. He, again, plays positions that we don't use, so I can either drop him back to centre mid as one of the Mazzalas, or, as I'm using him at the moment, a deep line forward. Ryan Cherky has came in for 11.5 million from Bristol, weirdly, in the Championship, where he played all right last season. And he's played one game for us, and he's done okay. Played one game in the league so far. It was a 1-1. We played all right. Wasn't particularly amazing, but it was all right. Unfortunate to see Nespoli's goal in the 90th minute chalked off, but he was offside. He had another one about 5 minutes before that where he got put through on goal and just kicked it wide. So he doesn't look clinical, shall we say. And good news is that Valenzuela has got a goal in the first game rather than waiting 16 to see him score. And more importantly, our first game was at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan in Sevilla. And it saw us win 4-2. So this is the same Sevilla that won the Europa League 3 years in a row, with Unai Emery at the helm. And Unai Emery is back at Sevilla. So if we can knock them out, it'd be a good little scout for us. The team to play the second leg. We have Okoye in goal, Vanderson, Ile, Kera and Aaron on the back four, Ben Ahmed behind Zakarian and Castrovilli, and then we have San Giorgio and Cherki behind Valenzuela up top. We don't have any injuries really. Carmo has got a knock, so we're not going to play him or he's not going to get into the squad, unfortunately. But we've got enough strength elsewhere. And we've got little Maori sat on the bench if needs be. Decent little formation we've got there. I'm hoping that they'll act more as wingers, the guys on the outside now, so it allows me to focus the kind of aerial threat into the middle. We don't have that, unfortunately. There is a striker I was looking at that was 6'6", who might be useful for us. But we've only got a bit of money, and I've got quite a few positions that need covering. So we need a backup goalkeeper. We need backup fullbacks on both sides. Ideally, I could do with a better holding mid, but I don't think that's going to happen. I could do, as I said, with a really clinical scorer up top. Scorer, it's not what they're called. Striker. We do still have all our loans available. I don't think there's a limitation in Italy as well, but like I haven't got one loan player. So we could have a look at that. But I don't know what's available. I do have 2 or 3 players that I'm currently shuffling about, maybe bringing in for only about $1 million or so each. So that will chew up quite a bit of our budget that we've got to go, but it will get that squad depth that we need. But Moncayola, Aram, I didn't even catch that fella's name. Arambari, I think his name was. Here he is on it now. Arambari, here we go, got there eventually. Eze out to Ivan Hamey on the left. I don't want to see him scoring. I haven't looked at the rules. I'm assuming away goals are going to be important. We do have 4, so I'd like to think that they don't have a chance to top that. I should bloody hope not. But they're looking quite comfortable. And, okay, so Aaron Barry did get a shot off in the end, but it went over, so it's all good. Just creeping up on half-time, we have a throw-in on the left. Aaron puts it to Zakarian, and then it's nodded back to him. Caro with the ball now. There's, I don't know, they're sitting very, very, very deep. They're not looking to engage us at all, which isn't really ideal for us. We like to be able to press, so if, I think Valenzuela was offside then, to be fair. He kicked it 100 yards over anyway, so it doesn't matter. We like to press, but if they're not pressing us, then we don't really have much room to press on. So, they're very congested in their third. Second half now. We appear to have a free kick about 25, 30 yards out. Aaron steps over it. It goes towards the top corner, and it's a fantastic save from Kovacic. Probably not going to see much from this corner, but we'll have a look nonetheless. Kera puts it in, because I've forgotten to change it, towards Eiley again, and it's saved. Vanderson has a shot. Goalie's on it once more. He's thwarted us several times today. We passed the hour mark, so we'll look at subs very shortly. See, I was waiting for a highlight, and here it is. So, Aaron, over the ball, puts it to the near post. Kera wins it. Goalie makes a save on the line once more. We have 2 subs to make. Valenzuela is doing nothing. I'm going to go for a little shuffle of the strikers. 2 players not playing particularly well. I'm going to push Cherky up top, because he is really versatile with his... I think he was very strong on both feet, good finishing, the whole shebang, and he's 5'11". So hopefully he'll do a good job for us as our striker. Also, I'm going to take off Zakarian because he's tired and underperforming. I do have Pellegrinelli, who I can bring on at any of the fullback positions as well, but we'll leave that just for the time being because I feel like We might have a forced sub. Into the last 15. We'll let it run through for a minute or so. We'll see what comes from this. And then I think I'll look at going stinky. Becerra has the ball for us. Ailey and Castrovilli. Ball through to Nespoli and back into Castrovilli. I don't know. We're looking all right. I don't know how I feel about the 3 forwards and how I'm organising them. I don't know if it's that it's not as strong as it was last year, only having the 1 advanced forward, or it's just simply the fact that the strikers themselves aren't good enough. It hasn't been the most entertaining game for you, but what it has been is us guaranteeing ourselves, I believe, into the group stage. I'm not sure when that draw is going to be made, but if I can do that as part of this episode as well, then happy days. Deadline day. It is time. It is time. We see the 3-4 players I was looking at. There's a bunch of fullbacks. I'm yet decided who I'm going to pick up. But we have interest, apparently, in a few of our other players. So if they end up going, then it might be a busy day for me. But I'm kind of hoping they don't. We have the Conference League group draw. So we'll put this out. What cup are we? It's not a cup. It's a pot, isn't it? So we're in the second pot, second seeds. So we'll get all these out. Is there anyone that we can't draw? No. Who do we want to avoid? Wolfsburg. Well, do you know what? I'll take Vorskla. Vorskla or Astana. Good start. Locomotive. Astana got Brighton. Ooh, we got Red Star. Tricky. Is there anyone in this one that we want to avoid, really? Willem II would be good. Back in the German league. That'd be German? That's clearly not German. They're Dutch. So close. We'll throw these out and see who is there. Ooh, we have Milsami Orhai, who are a Moldovan team. And oddly, I've watched a documentary about them on YouTube. Who's in the last section? Honestly, none of these. Couldn't care. Who have we got? Aberdeen went into Willem II. I misread it. We've got Botev Plovdiv. So we've got a Serbian, a Bulgarian, and a Moldovan. We are heavily invested in the Eastern Europe by the looks of this. I am not concerned at that. I think we should be able to get out of that quite easily. There you go. Fiorentina handed easy group, apparently. When is that going to be pushing in for the next game? So I'm thinking that'll be the next episode. We can come straight in with the Red Star one. Or we can maybe have a look at coming in for the later ones. I'll have a little butchers. We bought in a backup goalkeeper in Jan Christoph Bartels. Came in for 1.7 million. 2.5 stars. He's going to do exactly the job we need him to. And it's B, a backup. Does have him listed as a decent player for Serie A teams, which is important to us. We also have brought in Salva Ferreira, who's a right back. It's going to be cover for... I near said Yankuto, gone, doesn't exist. Vanderson and actually Kostic can cover over that side as well, and Pellegrinelli over the next few years when he should be coming through. Talking of Kostic, he is kind of the main signing of the window. He's our backup left back, arguably maybe first left back now, but he's going to be challenging Martin for that position on the left side. Belgian, he came in from Leipzig for 6 million. They recently bought him for 9.25 off L'Oreal. And the final signing was Chris Mota. He's a deep-lying forward, because in this game, if you're a forward and you're deep-lying, you can't have finishing over 3, which is annoying. So his isn't the strongest, but everything else is more than enough for me to justify buying him. And his potential shows him as having a leading Serie A potential. So he should be good for us in the next few years. Even then, we'll probably make a little bit of money on him if not. But he's came in from Sociedad for 5.5 million. So overall, we have spent £34.5 million this year. Vast majority of that is in transfers that are going to be going through over the next few windows. The team are in a good place. They're just not giving me money. So I decided to promise money that they haven't given me instead. So we've now got a debt of 18 million, but the board are just going to have to deal with that, aren't they? Reasoning for that being, they're asking me to sign players from domestic rivals. They're asking me to sign high reputation players, both of which are very expensive, but they're not giving me any money to work with. So screw them. Only this window has this changed now from pleased, or too pleased from, I suppose, not pleased. We'll be back. I'm going to jump forward a little bit for Milan and Botev Plovdiv from the Europa League. So that'll be halfway through, so we know where we are roughly there. I'd hope that we'd have the strength to get through. If it is looking all rosy, then we can look at finishing off the group with probably the Udinese game, because I like Udinese. It's my main reason. I hope you join us for that. And I hope you'll be back for all the other episodes to come. If you have enjoyed today's, then do me the favour, as I mentioned, of liking and subscribing. And there's some items on screen for you to watch if you want to carry on seeing me ugly mug. Thank you very much for your time.